Good morning, this is your stats sensei, Mr. Spensei, and this is going to be an exit ticket. We're going to be looking at the same problem we were working with on our um, warm up. So it has been widely claimed that the Americans spend an average of 50 hours online. An internet service provider collected a random sample of 250. So we know we have a sample size of 250. I'm going to go ahead and record that here, since we have a nice spot for it. Based from the sample, it was found that the average amount of time spent online was 51.25. So from the sample, so this means that my sample mean is 51.25 per week with a standard deviation of 11.5. So this is a sample standard deviation. Please note that that's super important because it's the sample, we know we're working with a t. All right. Test the claim at a significance level of 0.05 to determine whether or not Americans are spending more than 50 hours. All right. So the claim is that it's 50, so that is our population mean because that's our claim. All right, and we want more, which is going to be a greater than situation. So our hypothesis is HO mu equals 50. Our alternative is mu is greater than 50, and it's 50 what? It's 50 hours. Let's get a label on that. Super important. Our formula, T equals X bar minus mu S divided by square root of n. All right, we need to draw a picture of what this is actually going to look like. Well, our claim is 50, so that's going to be in the center. Label that mu, and this is 50. But we got an X bar of 51.25, so we'll label that X bar. So that's what this looks like. All right, and we notice our shading is consistent with that. So we're going to need to plug in our values. So we want the probability that T is greater than, because that's what we have, 51.25, our sample mean, minus the population claimed mean of 50, divided by our standard deviation, which is also divided by our sample size of 250. So what do we get? Well, it's going to be the probability that T is greater than what value? So stat, test, t-test, mean of 50, sample mean of 51.25, our standard deviation is 11.5. There's our sample size. We go ahead and press calculate, and we find out we have a t statistic of 1.7186. Which gives us a p-value of 0.0434. All right. So our p-value, 0.0434. Our alpha level, 0.05. Well, this is less than. So because this is less than, our decision will be to reject the null. So we're going to reject that claim. Now, please remember, we still have to do things like define the parameter, write our conditions, and give a conclusion in context. But just wanted to practice making sure that we can get the correct computation and writing our hypothesis and making the correct decision. All right. Appreciate you watching. Hope to see you on the next one.